Okay. I made a comment on another guy's video on about pulling the intake manifold on a Ford Probe or Mazda 2.5 liter Probe GT V6. This is my parts car. These things are hard to come by, so if you get a chance, get you a parts car. See those? That's obsolete. You can't buy them no more anywhere. And if you find one, you're gonna pay for it. All right, let's get down here and go to discussing. Get your air box out of the way. You got yourself a row of bolts here, a row of bolts there. You're gonna unhook this down. So you're gonna pull this line off right here. It goes as part of the crankcase ventilation. This other one here, I took it off and used it on my other car. That's your PVC valve. Right down in here, right there's a banjo bolt. Take that banjo bolt out. You can use a Schrader valve to relieve your fuel pressure, or just crack it loose here. It'll bleed out. Just make sure the engine ain't hot. You don't want to work on this thing when it's hot anyway. Just take your air box assembly off. Unplug the wiring from here. Unhook your vacuum lines. Set this stuff out of the way. This right here is your VRIS valves. Unhook them. Just squeeze the tab and pull. They will come out. Unhook your line. Then over here on the back side is a rubber hose. Right there. That's still not sick. That's vacuum to the engine. This engine is under vacuum when the car is running. Pull it off. Over here, power brake booster line. Take it off. And right down in here is one more little spaghetti vacuum line. Take it off. Pull your spark plug wires out, all three of them. Remember, this is a straight fire engine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that makes life easy. Of course, you can line them up by label them or line them up. You see, this one here has had rodents around it. This engine here throwed a rod like so many of them has. It's got a hole in the back of the block. And that's why it's a parts car. But you unhook those just like I showed. Pull the bolts out. Banjo bolt. This gas return line right here. You got another line down here. Actually, that line can stay. No, that's your gas return line. Underneath the throttle body, you're going to have two lines, two coolant lines. In all reality, it might be easier to pull your 4 bolts. Ouch, the car is hot. Pull your 4 bolts and take the whole throttle body back. Unhook these 2 vacuum lines and start lifting. It will come out of there. One other thing I suggest, pull these 3 screws, small screws that hold these wiring looms down, because they're in the way. That manifold will lift off there. There's no vacuum lines attached on the underneath side pointing up to this engine. And that's all there is to it. And repeat the process, putting it back together.